Hey, what's going on, guys? Horace here for UBC Week 8, I believe. And, the UBC's getting wild now. We're right in the midst of the playoff picture right now, and it's looking kind of scary, but this win is really, really important for us. But we're going against last season's champion, Vepsis, who's actually my pick'em partner right now in the MPL Minors. And this is just going to be a really fun match. But the sad truth is basically whoever wins here is still going to have a chance at playoffs, and whoever loses is probably not going to have a chance at playoffs. So one of us is going to end up knocking each other out, which is really, really sad. How it's looking right now and how it's shaping up, I either have to go like 2-1 with these last matchups, or I need to go 3-0 to make playoffs, which is really, really scary. But I think I can pull it out, and I really need to work on it. This is out of my three matchups coming up. This is the most scary one for me. Like honestly, Celesteela, Alamola, and Muck, Lowland Muck are just huge, huge threats to my team. Like I don't have much to deal with them. And on top of that, Gardevoir, Tangrowth, Crobat, Nidoking, and Terrakion all just work really well. The stuff that I was pretty sure wasn't coming were just Raikou, Cutiefly. Well, Cutiefly, a web team actually kind of bops me, but and Sliggy. Those are the stuff I was pretty sure weren't coming. Overall, it's a really, really rough matchup for me, and it's a hard game to win. So I came up with a team that I think will do pretty well. Even though I had a lot of time to make this team, and I spent a lot of time making the team, I honestly don't feel that comfortable with it. I think it's like an average team. I came up with my front office, and I shout out to like guys like Saida and Squishy Victini and BML and stuff like that. Burrito, Andrew, people like that. That's what I name my mods after, people in my front office. But we came up with like two really good sets, and I was super excited. And then we went ahead and started creating the other sets, and we were really just stuck. So it was a rough matchup, but we can jump into the team here. I was just looking at what he has again. He got Celesteela, Alamola, Mega Gardevoir, Tangrowth, Crobat, Nidoking, Terrakion, Raikou, Alolan Muck, Cutiefly, and Sliggoo. For the stuff I was predicting him to bring, I thought it would probably be Celesteela, Alamola, Mega Gardevoir, Tangrowth, Nidoking, Alolan Muck. That's what I was probably thinking. He does have three poison types though, which is interesting. But they really don't share that many weaknesses because Crobat and Muck I think don't share any weaknesses, and then it's not like they really hinder each other. Um, Looking at our team, there are really seven mons I wanted to bring to this match. Kamo, Starmie, Aerodactyl, Electros, Steelix, Landorus, and Blacephalon. I ended up not banking on bringing Blacephalon for a few reasons. First of all, Blacephalon would really only be brought to beat Celesteela and to beat Tangrowth. And the more and more I look at this matchup, I don't think like Tangrowth is a guaranteed bring, and I have other things to deal with Celesteela, so it made sense to bring the six that I brought. Looking at the actual team here, first we got GG. It's BAML, and this is my win con here. Really, what I do is I bring it in on almost anything. Like I live a 252 mod of Celesteela as Air Slash with this Cabot set, and I click Autotomize there. I get the weakness policy boost, and then from there I just go ahead and bop his whole team. So this Camo set is a set that I'm really, really proud of. I called it GG. It's BML because BML came up with it, and it does really, really well. It can set up on the Celesteela. Almola could have Ice Beam. The Gardevoir is like one thing it can't set up on, but it can set up on like an Ice Beam from Nidoking, HP Ice from what's its name, Tangrowth, stuff like that. Like especially a lot of things are probably going to be packing HP Ice to deal, or some sort of ice coverage to deal with Lando, and I can capitalize on that ice coverage with Kamo to get the weakness policy boost and then move on from there. This Starmie set was very very weird too. Originally, I had a completely defensive Starmie set with like the same moves with Reflect type, Scald, Recover, and Thunderbolt. The idea is I'm going to lure in a Alolan Muck, and then once Alolan Muck is lured in, I'm clicking the Reflect type, and he's not doing that much to me, and then I just spam Scald and hope I get a Scald burn. Like that's the idea. Originally it was like max defense, max HP with leftovers, but I realized I'm just not hitting things hard enough. I don't want this to just be a like one-dimensional mon to check a little Muck, so I decided to make it a Life Orb offensive set while also having the Reflect type recover stuff to deal with Muck. Uh, then I have Aerodactyl here. Aerodactyl is really my check to Gardevoir. Gardevoir is a huge problem in this game, and the Aerodactyl is one of the only things that can outspeed it and deal with it by clicking Iron Head because Blacephalon's not coming to this match anymore. So you're going to see during the game, I'm kind of locked into the fact whenever Gardevoir kills something, I have to come in with Aerodactyl and just click Iron Head, and like I can't make a prediction. Like even if he has Celesteela or Alomola left, and he's that easy switch in, I can't click anything else because I can't risk it. So Aerodactyl is really important here because it's one of my very few ways to actually deal with Gardevoir. This Electros here, it's just an offensive set. It deals pretty nicely with his team. Thunder Punch is one of my very, very few ways to break down Celesteela and Alomola. Originally, I had a defensive set. I had a specially offensive set with like Thunderbolt and stuff. But during mocks, people kept on bringing specially offensive Celesteela against me, and I wasn't really able to break through it with anything. So because of that, I decided to switch over to a physically offensive Electros. Electros is really nice here because nothing can hit it for too much, and it's semi-safe switching to Celesteela and Gardevoir. And Super Fang is just there to click on switchings. Like if he thinks I have like no coverage for his Tangrowth, I can just click Super Fang, and then his Tangrowth is chipped down a lot. Steelix is really just my dedicated lead here. I need Rocks Up in this matchup, and that's why I have it there. But most importantly, what it does is it walls guard. I can freely heavy slam if Gardevoir is coming in. It walls Crobat. It has, I think it has Shuckle Berry. Yeah, okay, it has Shuckle Berry, so it can deal with stuff like Nidoking, and yeah, that's really its main purpose here. But wait, no, that's not its main purpose. Its main purpose is to wall Alolan Muck. So I think undisputably the main problem against my team is Alolan Muck. I know he's 100% bringing that. It's really Alolan Muck, Celesteela, Alomola. And if you look at my team, it's almost all Alolan Muck food. Like, Kamo, yes, it doesn't get beaten by Alolan Muck, but what does Kamo have to beat Alolan Muck? Very little. What does Starmie have to beat it? Not much. I have to rely on the Scald Burns. Aerodactyl is another one of my semi-checks for Alolan Muck, and that's why it's really important here, because I think Earthquake can, like, kill once he's chipped down. And Luxrox can't really do anything, and Lando can do some stuff, but I don't know if I want to use it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get the chance just to use it on Muck. So Steelix here is really just my dedicated check, and I was really picking between, do I bring Steelix or do I bring the Cephalon to this match? And I was thinking, what's a bigger threat, Celesteela or Alolan Muck? But at the end I decided Alolan Muck was a bigger threat, so because of that I decided to use I decided to bring Steelix instead of Blacephalon. Finding this Landorus set was really just brought in at the end, is because if I can get a Swords Dance and Rock Polish up, I kind of just win this game. And Z Stone Edge just hits his team like a truck. And together with the combination of Stone Edge plus Earthquake, I can run through his team once I get to +2/+2. I don't think I'm going to get to +2/+2, but still it's really nice just to get up like either a Swords Dance or a Rock Polish. And I think with the amount of passive mons that he has in this game, like Tangrowth can't do too much. Alomola is probably going to be spamming Wish a lot. I could see like a sub Gardevoir coming or something like that. There's a good chance I'll be able to set up sometime during this game. I'm probably not going to get both setup moves down, but I'm probably going to be able to get a few of them up. So I don't feel super confident with this team. I think it's very gimmicky, but I think it can put in the work here. Shout out to all these people. Andrew, true MVP, helps me with team building all the time. Great guy. Emperor Nova, one of my best friends. Steelix is after him. Saida, the Clamperl Goat. Tracer, great musician, like, set after him. Gigi gets BML. BML doesn't need no introduction. And then Squishy Fries. Special shout out to my friend Squishy Bictini. So those are all the sets here. As you see different mons come in later in the season, you'll see them named after different people I know. So I think with that we can move on to the actual match here. And we will be moving to that right away. Okay, so we are here with the matchup here. Let me switch to dark mode. Makes it better for the eyes. But yeah, this is the matchup we see here. It's mostly what I predicted. I didn't think Crobat was going to come, but other than that, this is everything I predicted. I'm happy not to see Tangrowth there. It means I made the right decision with Blacephalon in not bringing it. And overall, I know my lead here is just Steelix. I was thinking, like, do I lead Lando or something, assuming he'd lead Nita? I don't know. But the thing is, Lando here does have a really nice matchup. Like, if I can get dual Lando to set up, I literally just win this game here. So, like, that's what I'm looking at here. I'm saying Kamo can also do a lot. So my main plan here is just lead with Steelix and try to get rocks up. This turn, I'm really thinking about what move to click. So I'm thinking he leads Crobat, so this is probably either a Crobat just to U-turn out, or it's a Crobat to taunt me. So I'm thinking, okay, if he's a taunt Crobat, I click Heavy Slam here. And if he's a U-turn Crobat, then I 100% click Stealth Rock here. So this is really just a 50-50 for me. Based on the way he led it, I'm thinking that's probably U-turn to gain momentum. And based off that, he's going to be U-turning into, like, his Nidoking. And I don't want to just click Heavy Slam on that right away. I'd rather get Rocks up, because Rocks are really nice in this matchup. And he doesn't have many ways to really, like, try and get rid of my Rocks other than this one set here with Crobat. So I decide, and I think, like, even if he is taunt Crobat, I'm not losing too much here, because I think Heavy Slam's still 2-hit KO is guaranteed unless he's super bulky. So I'm just going to click Stealth Rocks here. And super unfortunately, he does click Taunt here. And I was really sad after that play, because I was literally, like, I think I clicked Heavy Slam, and then he was taking a while to make its play, and I clicked Cancel, and then I clicked Stealth Rocks. That really sucked, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't put me too far behind in the game. I can just get my Rocks up later. So at this point, he clicks Super Fang, which is super unfortunate, because this means now that Steelix effectively can't really switch into Muck anymore, and this kind of goes against the main purpose of Steelix. And I don't think it's living Earth powers anymore, even after the Shock Berry, so this Super Fang really just cripples my Steelix here. My play was just to click Heavy Slam. I just wanted to try and kill this Crobat right away, or if he U-turned out, Heavy Slam's doing a decent chunk to almost anything. And also, I thought if I clicked Heavy Slam here, luring in the Celesteela, I can then click Fire Fang and engage that set, which would be really nice. But really unfortunately, he reveals to be Bulky Bat, so at this point, I think it becomes a roll whether I kill with the next Heavy Slam. He clicks Super Fang again. Luckily, I do get the roll, and his Crobat went down. If his Crobat didn't go down there, that could have been a hard rip. But at this point, it's really me trading my Steelix for Crobat, which honestly just sucks. Like, his Crobat wasn't going to do that much to my team. But, damn, Steelix could have done a lot, especially if it was able to get Stealth Rocks up here. And this is super unfortunate, because I should not have made this trade. I should have preserved Steelix. I should have gone into something like, I don't know, like something that doesn't really need HP. I could have gone into, like, I think Aerodactyl is faster than that. I could have gone to Aerodactyl. Getting rid of 50% of Aerodactyl's HP isn't that important. Aerodactyl just needs to be alive. It doesn't need to have a lot of HP. And I could have just clicked Stone Edge, and this Crobat would have been gone. Especially based on the fact that he's bulky, meaning he's probably not max speed, and I am max speed Aerodactyl. And overall, just bad play on my part. I should have preserved Steelix. And we're starting off this game already shaky. But now he's going to be pivoting. Unfortunately, the taunt ends. So first of all, that's great. He goes into Gardevoir here, tracing the Sturdy. At this point, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sack Steelix. I don't have another play to make. I could have pivoted into Electros there. That probably would have been my best play to try and get Rocks up later. Because now, I have very few. I don't think I have a way to get Rocks up now, actually. I don't think I'm packing Rocks in Aerodactyl or Kamo or Lando. But, it's still pretty fine here. But as I noted in the team builder, whenever this Gardevoir comes in, my play is 100% every single time just going to be going into Aerodactyl, and I have to click Iron Head. I literally don't have another option because this Gardevoir is such a huge threat to my team that I like, even if he's switching into Alomoa or literally anything else here, and I could make the prediction, I just can't afford to do that because if my Aerodactyl dies here right now, and this Gardevoir is able to stay alive, I really don't have much that stands in its way. So now it kind of looks like I probably should have ran like a Scarf Landorus or something to revenge, but I mean, it's not that bad because Landorus can still win this game. So I'm going to go ahead and just click Iron Head here. He makes a good play and goes out to his Alomoa. And now I'm basically forced to switch because nothing I do will be doing that much to him. I decide to just swap out right to Electros because he can't do that much to me. And he fires off a Wish. Here I really don't have that great of a play. He switches it to Nidoking, which is nice. I just decided to click a Super Fang. But really I should have clicked like Thunder Punch there. I didn't want to... Well, no, I guess Super Fang's a better play because Super Fang doesn't reveal if I'm physical or not. And I know he was going to get 50% of his HP back there anyways. So Super Fang was probably the best play. He doesn't know if I'm special or physical yet. I know he can't fire off an Earth Power here. And at this point, I really don't know what he's going to do. I think he's a special... Nidoking though, so I'm just going to stay and see what he does. And unfortunately, he's actually physical Nidoking, and he goes for Poison Jab, uh, which is super unfortunate. I think this Poison Jab damage confirmed that. Or no, I think he could still be Scarf at this point. Anyway, I just have a safe switch into Start Me, and I'm gonna fire off a Scald right away. He switches out to a Alolan Muck. Unfortunately, I don't get a burn there. A burn would be super, super nice. And now I'm gonna pull out that hidden tech of Reflect type. So now I'm a Dark Poison type, and he goes for knockoff, and he's doing diddly Bubkiss to me. But unfortunately, now that I'm Dark Poison, I don't have Stab anymore, so I can't hit anything that hard. But I'm just gonna go for a recover here, and I'm now gonna click Thunderbolt. He makes a misplay here by clicking Substitute, because Hyper Voice actually would have killed me at this point. So he's just putting him in a easier revengeable state to where Komodo can more easily win the game with Poison Jab. So that was a misplay on his part. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spam Thunderbolt trying to break his subs, and he can just kill me off with Hyper Voice. So that's what he does here, and unfortunately Starmie dies here, and it's not looking too good at my part. Again, I bring in Aerodactyl. A Scarflanders would be really nice here. I'm forced to click Ironhead again. I really don't have a choice. This time he pivots out to Celesteela, and this Life Orb damage is really racking up. I need to make the switch on Decida here. I really don't have another option, and he doubles out to Almol. I really don't know what play he was trying to make there. I think maybe he thought I was going to go into Landorus, possibly. I guess he could have thought I was going to go into Landorus there, but this is really a bad play on his front, because my play is just to, my play when I'm in, he sends in his Celesteela against me, and I click Ironhead against it, and then I switch out to go into Electros because that's my best switch it into it, and I guess he thought I was going to switch in Landorus against the Celesteela, but I mean that play just doesn't make sense to me. I guess I'll talk about it with him later, but I think I think generally Electros is just my best switch into that Celesteela. Luckily he goes into Almol here, which means he's forced out, and I just click Thunder Punch on it because I want to get as much damage on his Almol as possible. Unfortunately, he pulls the triple into Nidoking at that point, and my momentum that I had right there is just cut in half. I'm going to switch on to Landorus here because I don't think he can do that much to me. I'm pretty sure he's not, okay, he sets up his Stealth Rock here, first of all. And now really comes a super pivotal 50-50 in the game. Either he's Choice Scarf. Well, okay, it's more like a 33-33-33. Either he's Choice Scarf and he clicks Ice Beam right here. If he clicks Ice Beam, my Landorus is dead, and the game's basically over. He wins like 5-0. If he's not Choice Scarf and he stays in, I should click Earthquake because then his Nidoking's dead. Or I can click Rock Polish, expecting him to switch out, or Swords Dance, and then I'm doing a lot to his team. He really just doesn't have a way to deal with Landorus at that point. So it's really deciding, is he Scarf, which I say right away. He's not Scarf, that's the reason I switched Landorus in. The second idea is he gonna stay in or not? And I'm thinking at this point, I think what he's gonna do is expect, because rocks were important for this team. So I think what he's gonna think is that I'm like a rock set or something, and I'm gonna click Stealth Rocks here, and he's just gonna click Ice Beam. So I'm expecting this Nidoking to stay in at this point. This is really just a pivotal 50-50 in the game. If he stays in here and I'm able to go for Earthquake and kill the Nidoking, then I'm in a phenomenal situation. But if he switches out to like Celesteela here, where I could have gone for a Swords Dance, then I'm in a horrible situation. So he stays in, we get the Earthquake off, critical hit didn't matter, Nidoking goes down. So just like that, we're back in the game where at one point we were totally behind. We super lucky that we won that 50-50. But at this point, he's just going to go into Gardevoir. I can live a Hyper Voice. I know I can live a Hyper Voice because of my special defense investment or HP investment. I forgot which one. So I'm just going to stay in with this Landorus. I really don't think he has HP Ice here because I really just don't think he has enough coverage to run it, because he's shown that he has Substitute. He's shown he's at Hyper Voice, and I think he needs to have Psyshock, and he needs to have he just needs to have more moves, and I don't think he can afford to run Hidden Power Ice. And I know I live any move other than Hidden Power Ice, so I eat up the Hyper Voice, and now Gardevoir is gone too. And for the first time in the game, it's 4-3, and we are ahead of him. And I'm looking really, really comfortable right now. He sends in Celesteela. I'm saying, okay, it's time for me just to sack this Lando off. And I'm just going to fire off the Rocky MZ, which just bops this man super, super hard. I know he's going to set up an Autotomize this turn, but I'm actually totally fine with him setting up an Autotomize, even though he's going to kill my Lando here. Electros is a fine check into this one. Like, he has nothing that can kill Electros at this point. Except if he goes for Flamethrower and burns me. Which he does. I go for the Thunder Punch, bop. I still kill him. Thank God. Electros is the MVP. At this point, what he does is he goes into his Alomomola here. I'm just gonna sack off my Eel, and I don't really. There's no other play. And I think at this point, GG. I go into Kamo, and the game's over. But I'm not doing enough to his Muck actually right now. Like I need him to have Ice Beam on this Alomomola set and hit me super effectively to activate my weakness policy. If he doesn't hit Ice Beam here, I don't think I'm going to be able to... Well, no, I'm still... Okay. Either I win 2-0 or I win 1-0 here. If I go into Kamo and he doesn't have Ice Beam, I win 1-0 because I kill this Alomomola, and then I get good damage off on the Muck, and then I come with Aerodactyl or kill with EQ. And if he does have Ice Beam, then I get the special attack boost, and then I kill both of them. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to go into Kamo. I'm going to click Clanging Scales here because I don't need to click the Autotomize. There is a glitch in Battle Area, which Clanging Scales doesn't have a defense drop. It doesn't matter too much here, but we can still ride through it. So he clicked Ice Beam, thankfully. I get the boost. At this point, I'm going to be able to kill him off with Clanging Scales, so I'm going to click that one more time. And now he goes into Muck. So normally, if I had the defense drops here, as he would click... I click Clanging Scales first of all. As he would click that Ice Punch would he does get a crit there. It didn't matter too much. Normally, it would kill me. So this game would probably be a 1-0 win instead. I brought it up in the UBC chat afterwards. It seemed like no one cared. I thought it was a pretty big deal, but no one really cared about it. So so this game still goes down as a 2-0 win for me. If this wasn't on Battle Area, I probably would have got a 1-0 win instead, because then Kamo dies after all the defense drops to an Ice Punch, and I come with Aerodactyl. And I then just kill with an Earthquake. So, I mean, like, I had the game no matter what. It just came down to if I got a 1-0 or a 2-0 win. And I ended up getting a 2-0 win. So that's, like, fantastic for me. GG to my pal Vepsis. He took this loss like a champ. Unfortunately, after winning last season, I think he's knocked out of the playoff picture now, which is really rough for him. I really feel for him. But I know he's going to bounce back next season. So, it doesn't matter here. He'll be perfectly fine. But... We were very much in the midst of a playoff picture. I think there's probably 9 or 10 teams left in the playoff picture, and there's 2 weeks left with the top 6 teams making playoffs. Right now, I am in the top 6. I'm the 6th out of 6 team. How it's looking right now, there are 2 6-2 teams. There's 4 5-3 teams, and I think there's 4 4-4 teams. And normally, I would say I'm in a very good situation because I'm one of those 5-3 teams, but as you can see, I am the one with the worst differential right now, and I'm probably not going to make it off differential for just on how it's looking. At next week, I'm facing Nada Please, who's, spoiler alert, 4-4 right now. So he's one of the people I'm really competing for a playoff spot with. And next week is really, really pivotal because how it's looking with how poor my differential is I'm probably going to have to go 2-0 in the next 2 weeks, which is really, really scary. I think I have a pretty good matchup in week 10, but I honestly don't have that good of a matchup against Nada Please, and I'm pretty scared about it. But, you know, when going against Tough to get going, I'm going to have to really buckle down and try to catch a W that week, because if I don't, my playoff dreams might shatter, and I really, really want to make playoffs here. But I think basically how it goes, if I go 2-0, I'm locked. If I go 1-1, it's a maybe, and if I go 0-2, I don't think I make playoffs. So that's how it's looking right now. The goal, of course, is to go 2-0. If I go 1-1, I'd still be proud of myself because I'm taking over. I don't think it's a subpar team anymore. After I made my trading drops, I think it's a pretty great team. But taking over a team and going 3-1, I would be perfectly happy with. 2-2, I'd be really sad. But 4-0 would be amazing. Making playoffs and potentially winning this whole thing would be a dream come true. So let's buckle down and win this whole thing. Also, our stab upload is, I think, like a week. It'll be next Monday. We're playing the Flying Bird, which is gonna be scary as hell. I'm actually playing him 2 days from now, from when the recordings due, and I'm playing Nada tomorrow when I'm doing this recording. So those are two very, very scary matches coming up. Nada has some big threats on his team. Bird also has some big threats on his team. But we're gonna be giving it our all. And this is Horse293 signing off, guys. Have a great one, and remember, stay positive, stay you.